So if you're in IT, this reference will hit home to you. And today I'm going to talk about the cloud backup. For those not in IT, the cloud backup is essentially everything that's on-prem, meaning your Wi-Fi's, your servers, any system that IT relies on to function in the business, the shipping stations, all of it. These are often backed up in the cloud so that in the event of a ransomware or a critical failure or anything catastrophic happening, there is a cloud backup that allows that business to get restored back up and running. In IT, in the world of managing and mitigating risk, how fast you can restore critical systems to redeliver the product that allows your business to thrive, this is a metric that theoretically most IT departments are working towards, they plan for, and the day it happens, they know what they need to do to react so they can get the systems back up online. Well, I recently had a situation where I had to restore my cloud backup. So this past weekend, I got a phone call that a previous coworker on Thursday passed away very suddenly. And he used to be within my team, and he was one of my very first people that I was under in my team and that I was a supervisor for. And so it has a personal connection to me. And I'm finding out that he passed away on Thursday just really took me to a whole nother place. And for most of the weekend, it was a reliving of old stories. It was reliving all these old memories and situations and rehashing a bunch of different things. When reality was, it's all in the past, but that doesn't make it necessarily any easier. I was reliving these stories of weakness and who I was back then and who I wasn't, and forgetting about who I am right now. And it was this overwhelming feeling, compounded with, by the sound of my voice, I was also sick. Our household got swept through with a cough and a cold, and so that took me down with it as well. So that combined with this just really made me feel overwhelmed. Well, holding to my routine, I got up this morning, I went to the gym, did a really good workout, and by the end of that workout, I could feel my mindset restoring itself. I could feel my new beliefs that I've lived every day restore themselves, and I could feel who I was now come back to life versus the old person that was no longer me and that was holding on to things that needed to let go. Now, the week isn't over. Still have a week to go to on Thursday, but this idea of the cloud backup was born out of it. It wasn't a term I had before in my mind in the relationship to self-development, but understanding and having this idea that just because you feel lost in the moment doesn't mean you are lost. For me, there was this cloud backup, and just like a restoration of a server, I felt like renewed, reconnected, and back up and running, and product was going out the door in my mind. Prior to that, it felt like everything was going haywire. It felt like a ransomware attack probably in my mind. And for me, understanding this idea of the cloud backup, and even now having this feeling and walking through it, I'll probably have more confidence that even on the days where maybe Oreos and ice cream is the thing that feels like it would make it all better, I can hope and trust that the cloud backup will get restored, because this is who I am. Is in the cloud is the version of myself that I live every day. And in the moments of life, when life gives you things that are difficult to handle, you can still walk through them. You can still grow through them, and you can still get better with them. And realizing, and this is also why this work is so important. This is why all my one-on-one clients, they sign up and they get to these experiences because they don't know often what life is going to give them. So it's important to understand that these moments that happen, like this one, wasn't something that was on my radar when this year started, but nevertheless, it did. And compounded with all the other things that can go wrong in your life, or right, it's called life. Life is happening to you. And an interesting quote popped up on my Chrome browser today that reminded me of something that really hit home with the idea of restoring the cloud backup. Do not wish for an easy life. Wish for the strength to endure a difficult one. That is all I have for you today. That quote comes to you from Bruce Lee, someone who's time-tested and has put in the work as well. So it is backed up by his brand, his mindset, and the way he lives his life. So remember, you have a cloud backup. Who you are right now in the moment of whatever you're feeling or trying to intensely get through, it isn't you. And if you have the habits in place, the cloud backup can be easily restored, because it's the habits in IT that allow a safe, good cloud backup to happen. And just like those habits in life, they can restore your cloud backup as well. I'll be back again with you guys tomorrow.